Hello and welcome to our online carol service with Christchurch Queensferry. We're so pleased you can join us. Well, Christmas is upon us, isn't it? The lights have gone on in the town, trees are going up. We even had snow on the first weekend of December. I wonder how you're feeling about it all. Maybe really excited, or maybe a mixture of emotions. Well, much like the snow causes us just to slow down and pause for a bit, we hope this carol service can do something similar. We're going to have some carols that you can sing along to in your own home. We're going to have a video to watch, a reading to listen to, and then our pastor from the church, Adam, is just going to unpack a bit more about what we believe as Christians Christmas is all about. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this together.
From the realms of glory, wing your flight o'er all the earth. Ye who sang creation's story, now proclaim Messiah's birth. Come and worship Christ the newborn King. Christ the newborn King.
Shepherds in the fields abiding, watching all your flocks by night. God with man is now residing, yonder shines the infant light.
Christ the newborn King. Sages, leave your contemplations, brighter visions beam afar. Seek the great desire of nations, ye have seen his natal star. Come and worship Christ the newborn King. Come and worship Christ the newborn King. All creation join in praising God the Father, Spirit, Son. Evermore your voices raising to the eternal three in one. Come and worship Christ the newborn King. Come and worship Christ the newborn King.
An angel came to see Mary. She was doing laundry And then the angel just appeared and she was really scared. So Gabriel was like, Mary, you're gonna have, what? I can't say it good. Mary, you're gonna have a baby. You're gonna have a baby and you will call him Jesus. And then Mary was like, I'm not gonna have a baby yet. I'm only a teenager. I'm not married. Then the angel Gabriel told Joseph that Mary is not lying. You are having a new baby. And so they met up. They went to Bethlehem, which was Joseph's old town. They ride a donkey. I don't know. A camel. Oh yeah, a camel. She said, this donkey's fast. They tried to go to a hotel and they asked the keeper for a place to stay. The keeper said, we have no rooms. Literally no rooms. So Mary and Joseph walked away sadly, but then he said, the only place here in Bethlehem that you can stay is a stable. And then he just pointed the way and they followed. When the shepherds were taking care of the sheep, then they saw angels. The angel said, a new baby is getting born, who is King of the Jews. The angel were singing. Glorious. And then the shepherd said, I think we should go there and meet him. The second, I think, said, yeah, I agree with you. And the other said, yeah, me too. They had to walk through a bunch of grass and bushes, maybe have to camp out a night. And then the wise men heard about it. And then a star appeared. We should probably follow that star. It's pointing down to the barn. So maybe we should follow it. Maybe. So the wise men went to Jesus. They gave them gifts. A stuffed animal, like a hippo one, that I have at home. Some diapers, and some wipes, and some milk, some shoes, some Jordans. Gold ring and Latimer. And I don't know how I would survive in that barn. Too stinky, too crowded, and ugh. I think he probably pooped because the room was very smelly. Thank you for coming. He's adorable. He's gonna be our best friend. I love you, and you're the best baby I ever seen. There, I said it. The new baby is gonna change the world.
The people who walked in darkness have seen a great light. On those living in the land of deep darkness, a light has dawned. Isaiah chapter 9, verse 2.
What is your favourite thing about Christmas? Someone asked my 8-year-old daughter that question a couple of weeks ago, and I was pleasantly surprised by her answer. She said her favourite thing about Christmas was being with family and eating Brussels sprouts. What an answer. For me, one of my favourite things about Christmas is Christmas lights. It was brilliant being down the high street a couple of Thursdays ago for the Christmas lights switch on. 200 children were given these light wands, and then we had the official Christmas light switch on itself, and then a wonderful firework display lighting up the sky over the 4th. I think it's fair to say that when the Christmas lights go up, we know that Christmas is coming. Nobody needs to tell us, do they? Now, did you know that we can trace the first electric Christmas lights back to 1882? But the connection between the symbol of light and the real Christmas story goes back even further. If we could go back in a time machine to the 17th century and to the country of Germany, we would find people lighting candles on trees to symbolize that Jesus Christ is the light of the world. I'm sure the fire brigade were kept very busy at that time. But we can go back even further, because hundreds of years before Jesus arrived as a baby at the first Christmas in Bethlehem, a prophet called Isaiah said something important about light. Prophets are people in the Bible who were given a message from God for an audience chosen by God. And here is what Isaiah the prophet had to say in Isaiah chapter 9. He says, "The people walking in darkness have seen a great light. On those living in the land of deep darkness, a light has dawned." And then he goes on to say, "For to us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government will be on his shoulders, and he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Of the greatness of his government and peace there will be no end. He will reign on David's throne and over his kingdom, establishing it and upholding it with justice and righteousness from that time on and forever." Now, what is Isaiah saying here? Well, he's saying that a child would come into the world who would break into the darkness and bring his light-giving life. So then, who is this child that Isaiah is speaking about? He's speaking about Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, the one who is fully God, yet who took on flesh and became like us. But the connection between Jesus and light doesn't end there. Because when Jesus grew to be a man, he embraced this connection with light. He says in John chapter 8, verse 12, "I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life." It's very much like the language Isaiah used to describe Jesus hundreds of years before his birth, isn't it? Now, very briefly, I want you to notice two things about what Jesus is saying here. First, I want you to notice Jesus' big claim about himself. Notice that Jesus isn't claiming to be a light, but the light. He does not say that he is a light amongst many who can lead us to everlasting life. He doesn't say, "I'm a light you could follow, but there are other equally valid options out there for you, other religions or other paths to everlasting life." He doesn't say that, does he? No, he says he is the light of the world. Jesus is making a big claim about himself here. Jesus is saying that he alone is the one who all the Old Testament prophets, like Isaiah, were pointing to. According to Jesus, there is no other light of the world, no other way to God, no other way to everlasting life apart from following him. That's Jesus' claim when he says that he is the light of the world. And like I say, it's a big claim. It's a big claim that I would love you to investigate further this Christmas time. You can contact me through the church website and I can get some helpful resources to you. Now, here's the other thing that I want you to notice about Jesus' statement. Because as well as making a big claim about himself, he also gives an open invitation to each one of us. Because Jesus goes on to say in John 8, verse 12, that whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. Now, I take it from that word whoever in John 8, verse 12, that Jesus is giving an open invitation to every one of us to follow him. And I take it from that word whoever that no one is off limits to Jesus, the light of the world. Whatever our past, whatever wrongs we've done, whatever shame or guilt or hurt we carry, Jesus is inviting each one of us to follow him. Now, I have to be honest with you and say that there is a cost to following Jesus. Because to follow Jesus means to give up following our own desires and our own priorities and living by the values that we've decided are best. And the truth is, lots of people don't want to do that. Lots of people just want to run their life their own way, even though that is living in open rebellion against God. But here's the thing. The Bible teaches that God won't let that rebellion go on forever. That would be unjust of him to do so. No, the Bible teaches that one day we will stand before God and give an account to him for our lives, for the damage that we've done and for the way that we've rejected him as our ruler. And when the sentence is passed, we'll all get what we've been wanting: separation from God. And the Bible speaks of this separation as a place of destruction that never ends. It's a terrible prospect. but it is the prospect we all face if we continue to rebel against God. But the good news in John 8 verse 12 is that it doesn't have to be like this. If we accept Jesus' invitation to follow him, and if we do, he promises us something incredible. I wonder if you picked up on it in the verse that I've been reading. Jesus says, whoever follows me will not walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. Now, what is Jesus promising here? No more need for Christmas lights like this? Thankfully not. No, when Jesus promises that we will no longer walk in darkness, he is referring to the sin and the wickedness in our world, which the Bible calls a kingdom of darkness. In Colossians chapter 1, the Apostle Paul, who wrote large parts of the New Testament, describes the difference that God makes through his Son, Jesus, like this. He says that God has rescued us from the kingdom of darkness and transferred us into the kingdom of his Son. Jesus' promise in John 8 verse 12 is that if we follow him, we are taken out of the kingdom of darkness and transferred into his kingdom. That's what light does, doesn't it? It takes away the darkness. Just ask any teenager who's had their parents rip open their curtains when it's time to get up for school. 1 minute you're in dreamland and it's pitch black, and the next minute the morning sun is streaming through the window and the lights are on. Well, in a spiritual sense, Jesus came to do something similar. Through his life and his death and his resurrection from the dead. So here's Jesus' open invitation to each one of us. Whoever we are, whatever our past, whatever darkness we've been involved in, we're invited to leave all of that behind and follow Jesus, the light of the world. And we accept this invitation to follow him by simply talking to God. By firstly admitting to him that we've rebelled against him and that we deserve his punishment. And secondly, by asking for forgiveness based on Jesus coming into this world as the light of the world to die in our place. And then finally, we go on by trusting Jesus and Jesus alone for our life now and the life to come.
Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sinners reconciled. Joyful all ye nations rise, join the triumph of the skies. With angelic host proclaim, Christ is born in Bethlehem. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Christ by highest heaven adored, Christ the everlasting Lord. Late in time, behold him come, offspring of a virgin's womb. Veiled in flesh, the Godhead see, hail incarnate deity. Pleased is man with man to dwell, Jesus our Emmanuel. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Hail the hand-born Prince of Peace, hail
Thanks so much for joining us at our carol service today. I hope you found it enjoyable and thought-provoking at the same time. This is the first of 3 of our carol services that you'd be really welcome to come along to. This coming Sunday on the 10th of December, we've got our Carols by Candlelight service, and the following Sunday on the 17th of December, we've got our Family Carol service. Both services start at 2:30 in Rosebery Hall on the High Street in South Queensferry. And after both of the services, we've got some Christmas refreshments that you'd be welcome to stick around and enjoy with us. If you've got more questions about our church or the Christian faith as a whole, then feel free to go on our website. You can have a look around and find out about what we're about and get in touch with us, as we'd love to get to know you as well. Our church meets every Sunday, 2:30 at Rosebery Hall, and in the new year, you'd be welcome to come along whenever you feel like it. Thanks so much for joining us again. Can I wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year?